Hey guys, in this video I would like to discuss the day of the Lord. When does the Bible say it starts? Does it start at the beginning of the tribulation? My hope is to present to you the biblical standpoint of this day, because Paul himself stated that the rapture occurs on the day of the Lord. So it is imperative to determine when this day starts, or when it can start. Does the Bible state that anything has to happen before this day can come? Please turn with me to Acts 2:20. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before that great and notable day of the Lord come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Here it states that before the day of the Lord comes, the sun will turn into darkness and the moon into blood. Did you know that this is a quote from Joel 2? Joel 2:30-32 says, "And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. And it shall come to pass, that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord hath said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call." The Bible teaches that by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, every word shall be established. So far, we have Joel and Luke in the book of Acts, both telling us that the sun turns dark and the moon into blood before the day of the Lord. Can we find a third witness that attests to this fact? Please turn with me to Matthew 24. Starting at verse 29. "Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory." So in Acts and Joel, we learn that a few events have to take place before the day of the Lord, the sun turning dark and the moon into blood. Now in Matthew, we see something more, that the sun turns dark and the moon into blood after the tribulation of those days. So now we have 3 things that must take place before the great and terrible day of the Lord: the tribulation, the sun turning dark, and the moon into blood. We even read in Joel about a great earthquake, and in Matthew, stars falling. Is there another place that covers all these events in great detail? Can we determine how far into the opening of the seals this takes us before the day of the Lord can come? Please turn with me to Revelations chapter 6, verses 12-17. "And I beheld, when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. And the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island removed out of their places. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb." My friends, after the tribulation of those days, the 6th seal will be opened. There will be a great earthquake. The sun will turn dark, the moon into blood, the stars will fall from heaven, the heavens will depart as a scroll, every mountain will be moved out of his place just prior to the Lord's return. And then, just as Matthew states, they will see the Son of Man coming with great power and great glory. And as much as people may not want to hear this, Paul in 1 Thessalonians 4 and 5 revealed that the rapture occurs on the day of the Lord. And these passages teach that the day of the Lord occurs after the tribulation, after the sun turns dark, and after the moon turns to blood. My friends, Paul didn't lie when he said that the man of perdition and the falling away had to come first before the rapture, because as he states, the rapture occurs on the day of the Lord. And these passages show us without a doubt when the day of the Lord begins. Are you going to be truthful to his word, or continue to listen to the voice of man? May the Lord bless you on your journey.